Hello and welcome back to more Pokémon Insurgence. In the last episode, we did Whirl Island shenanigans. We got to fight Lugia, and, well, I got some bad news, I guess. I did figure out, I went to the secret base, I got myself the Mover Learner. I don't have any heart scales, which I kind of already knew, but I looked up how to get more, and basically, until we get Fly, it's not going to be worth trying to farm heart scales. I kind of wish I knew that before I spent the money, or I had looked it up before I spent the money on the Move Relearner. However, what's done is done. And so we're going to persist on with our team. We're going to make our way to, I believe it's Sonata City. I remember I have the name right. Because we're like here. And we want to go this way. That's where we're headed. That is the goal for today. I am broadcasting from currently waiting on Hurricane Dorian to get here. What I can gather is that it's supposed to pass by us off to the east coast, off of the east coast. Oh wait, there's more. Okay, so basically, we're not expecting to get hit with the actual hurricane, just with some outer bands, because the good news is, I mean, originally it was going to hit us pretty directly, then kind of, and then it went a little off, even more east, so we think we're just going to get hit with the outer bands, but it's moving really slow. Apparently some places in my county have lost power, but we haven't really had, we've had some iffy weather, and I think on the coast it's been a little bit worse, but so far so good. So I'm here recording some Insurgents. We're gonna try not to make this super long episode though, because I got other stuff I want to take care of. Alright, hey kid, are you okay? I heard that you went down to the Whirl Islands to challenge the Abyssal Cult. Well, who told you that? I mean, who's snitching on me? That was really stupid, you could have gotten hurt. And it's all my fault, I let Audrey take that bell. Here, at the very least you should take this, it's a token of my apology. Oh, alright, cool. Oh, there's a Snorlax. There's a Snorlax on Route 8. We should do that first, actually. Change of plans, because Route 8 is right here. Ooh, alright. Let's see. What do I want to do? Actually, no, I don't have Hypnosis anymore. I don't know, I'm gonna play the Poké Flute. I quick saved. We're gonna see if I can try to catch this thing. Ooh, we got music notes. This does not seem to be like a Delta Snorlax or anything. Sorry, I clicked out of there. I wanted to fix something on my screen. Yeah, just regular run-of-the-mill Snorlax. Level 45, however. This is gonna be an annoying one to try to take down. We got it paralyzed, though, so that's nice. And then we can't escape or switch. It's holding the leftovers, which is cool. I'm glad we can get the leftovers, potentially, and other leftovers if we catch this thing, but it's gonna make this even more annoying to keep at low HP to catch. Given that you have Sleep Talk or Snore, I think it was Sleep Talk you used. Regardless, Billy Drum. Regardless, you're probably, Alright, I'm gonna throw a ball here strategically because a Nuzzle's not gonna do enough, and I don't want to risk knocking it out with another Shockwave. So I'm gonna throw a strategic Pokeball here. I'm gonna just throw a Great Ball as well. This is mainly just to spend a turn. Okay, well I was not expecting that. I was barely expecting to be able to catch this thing at all. But I'll take it. Let me see, do I have any new names? I don't think I have. I have a name. Snorlax's typical day consists of nothing more than eating and sleeping. It is such a docile Pokemon that there are children who use its big belly as a place to play. Actually, did I name something Max? Max Gaming, Best of Max Gaming, commented on one of my BBL videos, so I'll do that. I don't think I named anybody Max yet. If I did, I'm sorry. There'll be 2 Maxes now. We'll just have to deal with it. Alright, so there's another area in here. Oh, this is how we get to Route 9. Okay, that was how we had to go there all along. Alright, I wasn't sure, because the geography on the map looked a little weird, but anyway. Who's saying to who? Is this the lady? I don't remember the voices that I gave anybody, so... I never remember the voices, you know that already. You're late. I'm never late. You're just early. Why did you want to see me? I thought we were finished. We had a deal, and we both completed our ends. I thought so too. Then I met Banana in Telnor Town. She came to my tower and defeated Rayquaza. It's her fault my crystal was shattered. Not only that, but she remembered. Not a whole lot, but she knew her name. If anyone recognizes her, oh, that's a Darkrai cultist over there. Care to explain? I gave you the kid. I promised to leave you and your group alone. All I asked of you was to help me with a single child. And yet you couldn't even do that. What went wrong? We were to finishing what we had to do. But one of my grunts left her unsupervised and she managed to escape. When I returned, she was gone. During that time, the only person recorded leaving the base was a Darkrai cultist who looked eerily similar to a member who had long since left. Are you suggesting? Yes. I believe that Banana has somehow been found and rescued by Mew. So Mew's finally decided to show its face. Well, not really. You can't see it. I've been thinking it would be easy to use the media to portray them as fugitives. But if the public found out I lost to them, that I let criminals escape, my reputation would be ruined. Persephone. I've been doing some research into the crystal of the first augur. I'm not entirely sure, but I have a hunch about where he may have found it. If I'm right, there may be a conspiracy in Torren bigger than I could ever imagine. Dun dun dun! Naturally, I'm going to investigate this. I think I'm blending their voices together. If when I come back, you still haven't completed your end of the deal, I'll stop doing mine, and you know what that means. Chew on that for a bit. Is it just like, because he's cracking down on the other cults so that the Darkrai cult or whatever gets protection? No wonder nobody likes him. If only he wasn't as invulnerable as the first augur was. Now, who can I send after Banana? Ooh, spooky teleportation. I can't go that way. Alright. We're gonna fight a lady? We gotta fight a lady. Young ones are so passionate. Do you care to entertain an old lady with a battle? Yes, indeed, lady. I don't know why I did this for your voice. Socialite Helen. Sent out Golem. Alright, this is risky. I'm gonna go for an Ice Beam. See if I can one-shot you. You might have Sturdy. You have Sturdy. We're gonna get hit by an Earthquake. It's super effective. I forgot. Okay. That was dumb. I was thinking I'd get hit by a Rock-type move. I was thinking how I'd be weak to Rock. Completely forgot about the Ground-type weakness. For no reason. I completely forgot about the Ground-type weakness. And I mean, yeah, I would have had to live like a Rock Blast or something, or a Rock Slide, but it's not as powerful as Earthquake. So that's why I was thinking, I know I did the stupid thing, but that's why I was thinking I could live. Let's do a revive, because poor Bloopity. Poor Bloopity. It was my fault, Bloopity. It was my fault. Double Edge. Alright. Fine. That did a lot more than I hoped, but take yourself out. Just make my job easier. That's cool with me. Illumise. Let's send out Nuclea, or no wait, I'm not gonna make that mistake again and send out Icarus to get hit by a Bug-type move. I made that mistake before. Not making that mistake again. No siree, Bob. Alright, Uclea, let's hit this thing with the Flame Wheel. You're gonna covet my, what do I have? The Lucky Egg. Please don't. That's not nice. That belongs to me. You know, coveting is a sin. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbors. There's a lot of stuff. You don't want to covet anything of thy neighbors. Autotomize. In this context, no, I don't think I have a use for autotomize. I have to say it like that because... How did I used to not read it properly and I would just say automize or something like that. But no, it's automotize. Okay, let's give you a super potion. I'm so sorry, Bloopity. I'm so sorry. Poor Bloopity. It's all my fault. What is that down there? Oh, it's just a rappel over top of some flowers. Alright, let's fight this Mr. Scientist, man. I calculate... Ooh, I can talk today. I calculate my chance of losing at approximately 10.2%. Let's go! Also, it's a little bit later at night than I usually record. It's getting kind of close to midnight. I'd had a slow day today. Because even though, you know, we're waiting on the hurricane and all that good stuff, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be all that bad, but you know, we had to take precautions, so we're still boarded up and like most of the businesses are closed and things like that, so we're just holed up in the house still. Been in the house all day trying to get some extra sleep, but I still have classwork to do, which is a little strange because at least two of my 3 classes are online, and that would normally be fine, but there's a problem that the schools shut down all their servers, I guess to keep them safe because of the weather. They shut everything down, and they're gonna try to put, like, the actual campus is not reopening until next week. Now, they did send some kind of message, like, as soon as the crews, as soon as the tech crews, as soon as it's safe for them to go back and start up everything again, that they would, but in the meantime, like, it's weird. I have the app, like, for the learning environment we have, or whatever the thing's called. I wasn't able to access it in the desktop browser, which makes sense, right? Because, like I said, they shut down their servers and everything. But I had been able to access everything from my mobile app, and I don't know if it's like I'm accessing like a cached version of the, but I was able to, I was able to take a quiz, although once everything's back on, I'll have to check and make sure that the quiz actually was submitted. But I also, oh, there's another hidden grotto thingy. I also, like, I was able to access, like, using my mobile app, I was able to access the Word document that's one of my assignments, and I thought, okay, well, I'll just submit it over the mobile app too, because I have, you know, Word on my phone and all that stuff. But that didn't work. So I'm assuming that I might as well just sit back and wait. I'm sure, particularly, I mean, even if the server goes back online during this week, I feel like since the campus is closed until next week, they should be fairly understanding about not submitting things on time. In this case, because we're actually being prevented from submitting it on time, but you know. Rune Maniac Tyler sent out unknown. Anyway, that's enough of that talk. That's some fun we've got right there, right? Just some fun we have to deal with. So how are you guys doing? I know I can't talk to you in real time, but you can leave a little comment. Let me know how you're doing. Don't tell me that you actually had a hidden power type that was super effective against me. That's not very nice. We're gonna get a crit shockwave on you just for that. Rune Maniac Tyler's about to send out Sand Slash. Now, as much as now I have Ice Beam that's super effective, I'm gonna learn my lesson. We're gonna send out Itoichi again. I would love to use Icarus and Mimi, but they haven't put out anybody that they want to fight so far. And so I wait for a good matchup. Just, it's kind of the luck of the draw, I suppose. The sandstorm is so funny because it's not animated, it's just like, there's some pixels for ya. And the good thing is, I am not affected by the sandstorm, because I am ground type also. Gain that boosted experience. I'm about to send out Mawile. Huh, you know, well, once again, Icarus certainly can't do anything in this case. Mimi can't do anything in this case. But Euclea, it's either Euclea or Itoichi, and I'm gonna go for Euclea since she needs to level up more. They're kind of sisters. I also am not affected by Sandstorm in this case as well. What am I gonna do? Let's try for an Earthquake, I guess. Flame Wheel is stab. Earthquake's a higher power, should still do more. Yeah, it should do slightly more than Flame Wheel. But now at this point I can Flame Wheel. Gonna gain that boosted EXP. So I'm playing Pokemon Masters now. I think I mentioned that in the previous video that I recorded, was like shortly before it came out. And I gotta mention this one thing. I mean, first of all, I'm enjoying it. Obviously, it comes with all the trappings of a freemium gacha game. Ooh, Halucha, he's floating! Alright, I'm gonna try. Oh, I can't escape! Oh no! I should've just attacked him. Well, now I have to revenge kill you. As I was saying... Oh, you know what would've been great? Just to swap to Mimi and have him miss that high jump kick. You know what? I'm gonna let poor Bloopity get the experience for that. Anyway, so, you know, I haven't paid attention. I've mostly just been, you know, talking to my friends who have been enjoying the game, and I've just been enjoying the game. But I've heard that people are making complaints to the tune of, like, oh, it's, something about... I just saw a headline of, like, how Pokemon Masters is the worst possible example of microtransactions. Sorry, what? I mean, okay, let me be real. You do have to grind in Pokemon Masters, as you would in an RPG, which is what Pokemon's based off of. And you know, it does get tedious. You have to, the level curve gets steep in some places. And if you want to get the levels and you want to get the power-ups that will help you out, you have to grind. You have to do the trainings, and you have to, you know, you have to grind for the materials that you need. You could also get paid gems. And in fact, paid gems might be the only thing you have to pay for in the game. Like gems and paid gems, I don't know, I haven't gone through the interface. But the fact is, you can... Was that just because high jump kick missed? I was not paying attention. Alright, I'm not explaining this well because I'm very disjointed in my thinking, but the main thing is, what I think in a mobile game is that as long as you can complete the entire game without having to pay money, I'm generally okay with it. Now, you could say, well, you can, a lot of games make it so that you can, but your life is so miserable if you don't that you just want to pay the money. I don't feel like Pokemon Masters is an example of that. Now, to the point that I've gotten to, I'm past the first 11 chapters. I forget what exact chapter I'm on, but I'm on, like, the tournament part of the main story, if you guys know what that is. And yes, it's gotten to the point where to be leveled up and have the right team combinations for each team I'm facing, I have to do some grinding in the training mode. But here's why I don't mind that much. First of all, like I said again, in any RPG, in a full Pokemon game, now you could say, oh, well, it's easy, you experience share, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Every Pokemon game, especially once you get to the harder parts of the game, requires some amount of grinding, depending on your playstyle, I'll say. Especially earlier Pokemon games. If everybody wants to say, oh, it was much better back then when we actually had to grind. And I know it, and I get that. There's probably a balance, right? Where you have to grind a little bit, but it's not tedious grinding. Like, grinding at the end of Gen 2 is miserable. Grinding at the end of Gen 3 is not great either. You know, in other words, I get it. Having to grind is miserable. But then on the other hand, you get people like, well, you play through a Pokemon game and you don't have to grind. Anyway, kind of off track there. My point is that you have to grind in Pokemon Masters, particularly if you don't want to spend money. But for me, that's fine, because you don't, you have to grind in other games, in regular RPGs as well, that you pay $40 to $60 for. So, I mean, that part of it, to me, is normal. It's perfectly understandable. It's not a mobile game issue. It's just an issue with RPG type of games, which I mean, I guess you can't technically call this an RPG, but it's kind of an RPG. It's got this RPG mechanic at least. Anyway, back to the next thing. So what I don't like in a mobile game, and this includes some mobile games that I do like to play, but what I don't like in a mobile game is when you get a limited amount of plays, effectively a limited amount of plays per day. Take like the classic examples of like a Candy Crush or any of its clones. I've never played Candy Crush proper, but I've played plenty of the spin-offs or the clones or whatever. So like, for example, there was a Garfield one, there was a Frozen one. So that, like in those games, you get a certain amount of hearts, and once you get, I mean, in the beginning it's fine. Once you get past a certain level, once you get to a certain level, and we've all hit that point before, where you hit a certain level and you cannot win, you cannot beat that level unless you just keep, you buy the power-ups, so you have to spend money, or you just do so many attempts at the level and you just eventually get lucky. It doesn't take very long to get to that point in any of the Candy Crush clone games. And then the problem is, you can only play a certain amount of times, not necessarily a day, but in a set amount of time for your hearts to replenish. Unless, again, you want to pay for your hearts to replenish. And that's what I don't like, especially once I get to a point, if I have to work really hard on a level and try to figure it out and try to, you know, or keep going until I get lucky. I'm gonna die to this, aren't I? Oh, good. Man, poor Bloopity has just had the worst of its day while I'm ranting. So anyway, my point is the limited times a day. Another example, a mobile game that I'm playing and I'm actually enjoying, the Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery game. I've tried to explain to people why I enjoy that game, and I really don't know why. From a mechanic point of view, it's kind of dumb. I think I'm enjoying it because I've gotten into the story a bit. And it's like one of those, oh, this has a story, let me see, I want to see how it ends. And that's basically what keeps me playing the game, and I actually have sunk a little bit of money into that game for, like, event things and stuff. It's actually a game that gets better, the limited playtime gets better as you level up, because as you level up, you get more energy to do more things. But at the beginning of the game, when I first started, it's like I could play not even 5 minutes, and then I'd have to wait for my health to replenish, or buy gems that I could use to replenish my health. So, I mean, it was dumb. And it's still a little bit of that, and there's not so much a game aspect to it. Again, it's just like you're waiting to see what's gonna happen story-wise. It's like kind of like a visual novel with these little energy interludes in between. And you can grind and build your skills and stuff like that, but I mean, when it comes to microtransactions and the fact that you have to replenish your health, you have to pay, whether it's you either have to wait like 30 minutes to replenish your health all the way, or you have to use paid gems to replenish your health just so that you can continue to play the game. To me, that's an annoying implementation of microtransactions. I won't say it's the worst. There are probably even worse implementations of microtransactions, but my point is that's a not good way to do it. Because again, in the instance of Candy Crush and Candy Crush clones, and in this game, the Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery game, you are limited in how much you can play, how much time you can spend playing. And I'll give Nintendo this, other than I never really got into Super Mario Run. That one, I got past all the first set of levels, and it's like, oh, you have to. It made it sound like you had to pay to continue. I don't know how that one worked. In other words, I don't know enough about that one to speak intelligently, because I ended up getting rid of it because it wasn't interesting me. But in general, I find that the Nintendo mobile games that I've really tried have been pretty decent about things that involve microtransactions. In fact, Another good example of a mobile game by Nintendo is the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. As a matter of fact, well, I mean, there are things that require leaf tickets, and you can get more of those with money. But I think just because of the type of game an Animal Crossing style game is, it lends itself pretty well to the you go and do some stuff, and then you let it sit for a while, and then you come back and you do some more stuff, and you let it sit for a while. But you can technically play forever because there's no limit to how much you can fish or hunt bugs. There's some limit to how much you can harvest fruit, because you have to wait for the fruit to come back. But I think at least for me, with the casual style of play that Animal Crossing lends itself to anyway, it kind of works in that limited play style, and you're not all that limited. I don't know. Again, for the type of game Animal Crossing is, I think it works. I'll say another game Nintendo has that's basically a Candy Crush clone is Dr. Mario World, or whatever it's called. And granted, I have not played the game much, but from what I can tell of it, it's very much like a Candy Crush clone. It's got a Dr. Mario spin on the mechanics. Honestly, and this may just be because of the fact, in fact, it probably is, that I got all these welcome hearts. But that's the great thing, is that you can get more hearts than your maximum of like 5 or whatever. So I was at like 30 hearts, and that made it a lot easier to play through the game. You know, instead of getting your 5 hearts a day or however some of the other ones work. So I mean, even though I would have to say that Dr. Mario World is another Candy Crush clone with the same sort of shortcomings. I think they seem to be doing it a little bit better, and I haven't played it enough. I mean, I'm kind of getting to the point where some of these levels are like, oh geez, I need power-ups, but they haven't been that bad yet. Again, I haven't played it frequently enough to get far enough to know for sure. But anyway, all of this big long speech that I gave. So let's get back to Pokemon Masters. You can play the game as much as you want. As far as I can tell, I mean, I haven't gotten through the entire thing, but you can, as far as I can tell, and I think I've explored almost all of the options in the game, you can play however much you want. That's it. Final. There's no energy, there's no whatever. The place where the microtransactions come in are, well, actually, I don't even know if you have to pay microtransactions for, like, coins or anything like that. But the grinding comes in when it comes to getting the materials and the levels that you need in order to strengthen your team and get the abilities that you want. And then the paid aspect, the microtransaction aspect comes when, if you want more gems, if you want to get gems more quickly to draw for sync pairs. So like that gacha mechanic where you have to you pay 300 gems a piece and you get to get one randomly drawn trainer in Pokemon, the sync pair. And now I haven't gotten to the end of the main story, so right now when you go through the main story and as login bonuses, you get gems. So you can get gems to get the sync pairs without spending any money. So unless that stops once you beat the main game, and I think they'll still have the login bonuses, I don't really have a problem with that. And the other thing is, you do get some trainers. You get actually a good amount of different trainers just from playing through the main story of the game. So yeah, even though if you want, you know, some of the best trainers, or if you want some of the rare ones, or if you want your favorite one, you might have to go through the sync scout mechanic where you're just drawing random ones, but you're getting a variety just by playing through the game. I don't know what that is. It's not what it sounds like. It's a version of Oh! I was just talking about Gashapon. A random treat is then dispensed and applied to them. This can range from a rare item to even a nature change, so be careful which Pokemon you put in. You never know. Alright, this sounds like a kind of gambling I don't want to do. So anyway, what I've experienced so far is, I think I could see how you might be able to criticize the grinding, even though, again, I think this just lends itself to the RPG aspect of the game. But alright, you want to criticize the grinding you have to do, that's fine. I understand where you're coming from. Criticizing the microtransactions, I don't understand. Because, I mean, it can't just come easy. I mean, of course you should have to save up your gems to be able to... I mean, and you get plenty of trainers without having to collect the other sync pairs. Like, I don't know, you guys know what I mean? Am I rambling at this point? Wait. Sonata City Gym leader is Sonata. Okay, well, this person has the whole city named after them. Do I want to go in the gym? I don't even know. What's the gym type? I better talk to the trainers. I've spent most of this video just rambling. Alright, I'll say one more thing. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing, though. Alright, let me just say one more thing. So, to summarize my point about Pokemon Masters, it's grind heavy. I could see it gets grind heavy, but at this point, it seems, again, it's like an RPG where you have to grind. I mean, that's what it is like. The microtransactions, I can't believe, now, and I'll be fair, I did not read that article, I just looked at the headline, but I cannot believe that this game, Pokemon Masters, is anywhere even close to one of the worst implementations of microtransactions. It seems pretty reasonable to me. And then the one thing I want to say while I'm on the topic of games with microtransactions, I'll say another one that was pretty good is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. They have I don't have a Druddigan, so sorry. They have a in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, technically you're limited in how much you can battle the NPCs for a certain amount of time, and then you can go to the gate as long as you have enough keys. But you can play the PvP as many times as you want. You can, and again, you have to grind to get things, to get your gems, to get cards. But you can play as much as you want. So anyway, just to summarize, for me, if you can play the game as much as you want, for a mobile game, for me, that's a plus. It's hard to say, for me to say, a mobile game is bad when you're not limited to how often you can play it throughout the day. And there, I did not see what I was doing. And there, I'm gonna end my thesis right there so that I don't ramble much longer, because I'm already going over time. And, I'm not quite over time. Well, a little bit over my original time that I tried to have. Boom Burst. Can anybody learn Boom Burst? Nah. Was Hyper Voice one of those? I need to make some noise. Alright, so, the main thing I want to do is, yeah, Hyper Voice. I don't know if it's worth. Anyway, so what I'm just gonna try to do is I'm running around here to see if somebody can tell me what the theme of the gym is. I don't remember if we've been told already at some point by someone else, but I'm gonna check again. Wait, is this? Oh, the leader at Harmonies. Yes, see, her name was not Sonata. I knew it was a real piece of work. I tried taking her on myself, but her Mega Mawile, or is it a Mega that is just for this game? Mega Mechanium, Mega Manectric, Mega... I need to figure out what her theme... Actually, we could probably talk to the trainer and figure out what her theme is. Can I tell you a secret? My mother's one of the members of the Elite Four. She's an incredible trainer. Her team is mind-bogglingly well-crafted and powerful. Alright. I don't know if I want to go to all these houses. One thing I might do is just talk to the guy at the beginning of the... I love watching the player get the ball into the receptacle. Go our team. Get more points than the other team. Go sports! Laziness of some people is astounding. Some Smeargle owners aren't even willing to go learn valuable moves like Spore and Ingrain. If you have one, I can save you some time by teaching it a thing or two. Never mind, come back when you have a Smeargle. I don't have a Smeargle. But I appreciate that that's a service you offer. Too bad I don't have a way to get heart skills right now. Miss Harmony lives here when she's not working at her gym. I'm just a caretaker. Okay, so yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, because I most likely am gonna have to do some grinding. So, as much as I didn't get all that much done today, I got a lot of ranting done today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to this guy, and then I'm gonna fight maybe one trainers to get an idea for the level, and then I'm gonna do some grinding. Normal and fairy types. Be careful, she's really quite tough and has never before seen Mega Evolution. Alright, so what's a normal and or fairy type that doesn't have a Mega in the official games, that could have a Mega... I'm only thinking of... I don't know, but I got a fresh water, so there's that. Alright, let me fight this one. Let me fight this one girl. Just get an idea. And then, yeah, looking at the time, we'll have to get out of here after that. Mega Miltank, is that what it is? That is gonna... And we're starting out at level 52, so... Mega Miltank, please. Oh, please. Oh wait, Miltank can get scrappy. I just wanted to get a fake out off on you. Alright, let's swap to someone else. Let's swap to you, Clea. Oh man. It's gonna be like Whitney's gym, but much worse, isn't it? I'm definitely gonna do some leveling up, probably at least level 55. You predicted! You went for Wake Up Slap! Please get burned! You didn't get burned. Alright, well I'm gonna go for Flame Wheel and try to burn you anyway. Or my Flame Body will burn you. Except it didn't. Oh wait, could this thing have Thick Fat? I forget. It could have Thick Fat or Scrappy. Still gonna use Wake Up Slap. Come on, can you get burned? Can you please get burned? Burned, burned, burned. Most of the time you'd be burned by now. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna stay in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to level these guys up. Definitely at least level 55. But I am gonna just take a peek at what level the ace is. I'm guessing it's Mega Miltank, though. You're Mega... Oh gee, finally you're burned when it's not gonna matter. How amazing is that? How awesome. How great. Moo! Alright, well now we know. Normal and fairy type. Probably gonna wanna watch out for Mega Miltank. So we're definitely gonna be leveling up Euclea a decent amount. But alright, so I have some work to do. I'm just gonna check out the level of the ace, but I would say I'm gonna have to grind up to at least level 55. Might take a little bit of time depending on how much time I have available to do that. Fortunately, I've got a lucky egg. Then make it a little bit nicer. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let me know your thoughts down below about Pokemon Masters or any of the other rant stuff. I mean, maybe this would be, you know, a topic of discussion. What do you like in a mobile game? I mean, obviously mobile games are different from console PC games, like different from like standard games, what we consider standard games. So, I mean, maybe you expect something different. I mean, and for me, the standard on a mobile game, if I can play it, like I said before, if I can play it like I would play a normal game, and honestly, you can play Pokemon Masters just like you play another Pokemon game. You have to grind, and then it's just that you can pay to make it a little bit easier. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I've said my thoughts ad nauseum. I've gone way over time. I'm gonna try to get this done before 40 minutes. Okay, so let me know your thoughts. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for more Pokemon Insurgence.